Hello, and welcome to Traditional Stitches FlossTube video number 51. I'm Janice Spencer, the owner of Traditional Stitches, and with me today is Rose Heck, our Stitch Along leader. Hi, Rose.
Hi, Janice.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Despite weather being a little How are you doing?
Well, I'm good. Fall is definitely in the air here, hey? But that's okay. It's my favorite time of year, so I'm not going to complain. I just hope it's nice and long and doesn't get shortened by, oh, say, a snowfall.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So it hasn't been that long since we've seen each other. You were in the shop yesterday afternoon.
I was, yeah.
So Jan Hicks from Jan Hicks Designs is traveling in our area, and she stopped into the shop for a visit, and she came along with Jeanette Douglas, and you came down to meet her because you've had a long-standing virtual relationship with Jan Hicks, and so this was your first opportunity to actually meet in person.
It was, and I think we've all kind of said or felt that 2 hours should have been 2 days, just not enough time.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Yeah, so here is a picture of the four of us standing together in the shop. And so Jan is here to attend a retreat towards the end of September that's being held in Banff. And I understand that there are quite a few people who are traveling into Calgary to attend the retreat. So if you happen to be doing that, then definitely come and check out the shop. We'd be happy to have you stop by and stash up on your way to stitching for 4 or 5 days in the mountains. Jan brought us the charts for her Needlework Marketplace releases when she stopped in yesterday. So we've got those, and she did a little bit of autographing for customers that were in the shop. That was exciting. And then Jeanette came and brought her releases from last week. So the one that she brought that kind of got most of the attention is the Chubby Squirrel. And she happened to also bring us a small number of the wooden boards that the model is shown mounted on. Do you have that handy? You got to be the first sale of those.
I couldn't resist. Just a nice small, just to commemorate the day.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So just hold up the design to the camera a little bit. So this is Chubby Squirrel, and it's the latest in Jeanette's series of chubby animals. And then that board is made by Matt, who is husband to Beth at Heartstring Samplery, and he's been doing some great needlework accessories. So we have just a few of those in hand.
Yeah, I saw this, and I think I'm going to stitch it and put it in our fifth wheel. You know, just kind of a little ornamentation.
Yeah,
so
perfect.
Darling little piece.
The other thing that Jeanette brought was her other new releases, which is a new series that she started called Happy Life. And the first 2 charts are autumn themed, and they're little pin cushions. And so we took some pictures of you holding those models, and really all we see of you in the photos are your feet. And so you know that the shop can be chilly, so you were thinking ahead and you brought your slippers, your black beaded slippers. So if anybody sees those in the photos, those are Rose's feet.
I haven't grown beads. I just know better.
So fun. Anyways, it was a fun afternoon. I'm so glad we did that.
It was so much fun.
Yeah. Okay, so in our video this month, we're going to be talking about catching up on our Hands Across the Sea samplers and Jonson Stitch Along. A couple of things about the Needlework Marketplace. Now that was the last weekend in August, and it already feels like it was eons ago. But there were still a few things that we didn't get to talk about in the last video that we wanted to talk about in this video, so we'll hit those. I will share a few details about our upcoming 24th anniversary sale that starts next Friday. And I don't think I mentioned at the beginning, we're recording this video on Friday the 13th. So
no superstition.
No, me neither. It just stands out always whenever you look at it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the sale starts a week from today on the 20th. And then we're going to have our hand-dyed linen parade, and I'm going to show you a line of hand-dyed linens that we haven't had before and you haven't seen before. And then we'll talk about a little bit about plans and what we've been stitching.
Okay.
So for the Jonson sampler, we have just wrapped up month number 7 and thinking about starting month number 8. How did your month number 7 go?
Good, good. It seems so long ago. I have to admit, but I'll show you it close up. So there's month 7.
Excellent.
I'm thinking it's month 8, and then that so far.
Right.
So I've got the other half folded up. But, so
Cool.
then we'll go down over here.
Right, for month number 8.
Right.
So
And
yeah, month number 8 is going to be this section right here, right? So this basket. Oh yeah,
there we are. Sorry, I should have pulled this up first. You think that I just started day 1 doing this. So there's month 8. Now, keep in mind, I think I altered this chart, and you can find it in the featured. So this line that is diagonal will now go straight across. I mean, you do you, but it just gives you one more flower in the border to do. Takes a little less on month 12 here.
Right. And so when you do go into our Facebook group for the Jonson sampler, you will see that I think it's the first featured post or in that section there, and it shows you're kind of revised with that one dividing line across the bottom. Yeah, and not that it really matters, but
no, it doesn't. And I'll see if I can without
glary.
Too much glare, sorry. Yeah, just go into the featured section and you'll find it there. It's very accessible.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll show you where I am at. I'm actually almost caught up.
Okay.
So I just need to do one more line of verse and the rest of the cartouche, and then I'm pretty much caught up. But and I know I've said this before, I really need to get busy because month number 9 is the section that I really want to stitch. So I need to get 8 done so that I can move on to 9.
Yeah, those well, I call them pancake flowers. They might not be, but those flowers are just, they're almost like a flower within a flower.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think they're going to be super fun to stitch. Here's a close-up of the photo on the chart.
There, that works better.
Yeah. Yay. So
fantastic.
Yeah, it's so much fun. But coming to the end so quickly.
Yeah, it always goes fast.
Yeah. But there's still plenty of time to join us. We've got supplies. They might be part of the sale in the shop next week if you've been hemming and hawing about whether to join us. We still have a dwindling number of thread beds, so those are available too. So something to keep in mind anyways. Did you see on the Facebook group that Judy Dixon had finished her sampler and she hem stitched it?
Yes, yes.
Doesn't that look stunning?
Yeah, that is really nice.
Yeah, totally effective. I love hem stitching. I haven't done it for eons, but maybe this is a candidate to try it again.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done a framed piece where I've done sampler. You can frame it. It's a different way of framing.
Yeah.
Other people will hang it on the wall just like that. Just
right. With just like a wall hanging with
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I did one hem stitch piece that I had our framer Edie frame, and she just suspended the hem stitch fabric on it's a suede mat.
Yes.
And so it's pretty effective.
Really? I don't remember. Oh, maybe I do know.
You know what? That one I don't think has actually ever been in a shop. It was a Sharon Cohen class that I took a million years ago. And I think it's just always been at home. So
right.
Yeah. Alrighty. So then Needlework Marketplace. So we are in the shop stocking the mailman for the delivery of our Needlework Marketplace shipment. And because we are in Canada, we're considered an international shop. So that meant that the organizer of the marketplace collected all of the shipments from all of the designers for us and is sending them all up to us in Canada in one box, which sounds a little bit extra steps, and it is extra steps, But if we ordered from each designer individually and they shipped to us in Canada, our freight bill would be ridiculous. So we appreciate that they do this for us, but it does mean that it takes just a little bit extra time for the package to arrive. It should be here any day though.
Okay.
Yeah. So you and I had done a bit of a review of Marketplace items in our last video, and then there were a couple of last minute additions and some other things that we wanted to talk about. So we just have a couple highlights to hit, and then we'll move on from there.
Okay.
So what was one or two of the ones that you wanted to talk about?
The one, and I know we talked about this before, and I'm going to bring it back again, is from Reflex de Soie. And it's let me look, I'm gonna murder it. Chenavier.
Okay.
It's gorgeous with the bird in the middle and the floral borders, and it's quite bright. It's very pretty. I think she did a really outstanding job on this piece.
Right. So I'll insert a picture here of it. It is a reproduction sampler. Okay.
Yes.
So pretty.
Yes.
And was there anything else on your list?
Well, yeah. Stacey Nash, she just blew it out of the park. And if I have to pick one, is the little fox named Reynard.
Yep.
He's just so adorable. Then he has a little satchel side bag type of thing. And he's just adorable.
Yeah, there were 3 that she released for Marketplace, and 2 of them are kind of a new line of the animal crackers where they're British inspired animal crackers.
Yes.
So, but all 3 of them are super sweet and they've
Yes.
been top sellers.
Yes, exactly. You know, you bring up, because I think when she posted it, she said something about the British are coming and they are British animals. We do have foxes here, but that was the focus. And I ran into, I think it was a primitive hair one. And it was something about we all want to be British or something like that.
Yeah.
British at heart. And I saw that, and it says, I am quintessentially British at heart. And I had a giggle out of that, but I never thought of the connection between Stacey Nash's little British animals and this. And I thought, wouldn't that be a cute little small double kind
combo
of arrangement? Yes. So, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, primitive hair definitely came with a lot of very interesting things that are all in the Needlework Marketplace section of our website, and they are all on order. But because she's handcrafting so many of the items, they take a little bit longer to come.
Right.
But some really interesting patterns, but also her thread boards and her scissor fobs and her pin sets, and I just don't know where she comes up with all of it, but pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Well, the 2 that I want to talk about from Marketplace is also Stacey Nash, but the pin keep that she offered. So the Merry Autumn pin keep. And I'll insert a picture of that here too. And it just has all the perfect things, right? The house and the fall colors. And so that would be the direction that I would go from Stacey Nash's new releases.
I knew you would.
Oh. Yeah. And then the other one that is just super pretty and has been really popular for advanced orders is Judy JBW's Fleur de Noël. And you said you saw her showing that off in her FlossTube video?
Yeah, her latest FlossTube video, she did show her Needlework Marketplace, and she showed 2 different colors. So she had the pillow in the pinks, and she had a framed piece in greens, a bluey greens type of thing. And I don't know which one I would go with if I was stitching it. They were both phenomenal. And what I was saying to you before, she will take a piece and she'll stitch it on a high count linen, And then she'll take the same piece and she'll stitch it over one on a lower count linen.
And show them side by side.
Exactly. So
Yeah, it's neat to see the contrast.
it is. I did. And that one, she definitely had the contrast and was like, oh, those are really nice. So check her out.
Yeah, definitely. She had a number of really popular, small kind of projects for Needlework Marketplace, and they're just also pretty. All right, so now, so that's going to be it for Needlework Marketplace. And we're already starting to talk about Nashville.
Exactly.
Can you believe that? Like, that's the first week of March, and there's already conversations going on around that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. It's
So
kind of
we'll
like
start-
seeing Halloween and Christmas, you know, stuff in the store in July.
Yeah,
It's no different.
no, that's right. Just got to be all organized about it all, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah. So speaking about getting organized, next week we're having a sale. We haven't done our anniversary sale since 2019, before COVID. And so we've decided that we're going to do it this year. And it was originally just going to be online orders, but then the gals in the shop piped up and they said, well, what fun is that? Let's have people in the shop. So we're going to have people in the shop. So the sale is going to start on Friday the 20th at 10 a.m. and it will be both open the doors to the shop and the website at that time. And remembering that we're in Mountain Daylight time right now. So the morning of the sale, I'll send out a little newsletter. It's almost going to be like a flashcard kind of a thing that highlights a section of the sale that we just want people to be aware of, and provides a discount code in that newsletter. All orders that get placed after 10 a.m. on Friday morning are going to get the sale applied to them regardless. So it doesn't matter if you get the discount code or you don't get the discount code. Everything that comes in from the beginning of the sale to the end of the sale, which is Thursday, the 26th at 5 p.m. our time, will just automatically get the sale applied. And so the sale is going to apply to all in-stock items except for yardage of hand-dyed linen. And that's because it's just impossible to track stock when we've got people in the store and online orders and telephone orders and email orders that we can't. So we're going to leave that out, except for in stock Picture This Plus linen and Lugana, because we actually have a pretty good selection of that. And as always, our website does not show real-time inventory, so it is likely that an order is not going to be complete. And if that's the case, as soon as we can, we'll send our customers an email and say, so-and-so is out of stock. Would you like this substitution, or is there anything else you want to add? And so just keep those conversations open, because we want people to take advantage of the sale as much as they can, but kind of within the parameters of what it is that we do. So,
correct.
And part of the reason we're having the sale is to celebrate our 24th anniversary, which I think is a pretty big deal for a little needlework shop, but also because our year end is coming and we don't want to count it. So, so once we combine those two purposes, then we have to do things a specific way. So then every morning of the sale, I'm going to send out a very small newsletter blurb that highlights yet another section of our website and kind of points people in that direction. And if that's too many emails, just delete them, because we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming after the sale is over. But we have systems in place to combine if you place multiple orders. Like if you see the highlight of that day and you want to add a couple more things, we can do that. And yeah, I think that's it. We're going to be busy. So we're actually hoping that people that can't come into the store will place their orders through the website specifically. I know people are going to phone and say, is something in stock, or email and say, is something in stock? And so we'll get to those when we can, but Your best bet is actually to just order that stuff, and then those orders get filled in the order that they get received. So that actually increases your chances of getting those items as if you just order them.
Okay.
And remembering that our website is not set up to take payment instantaneously. So we don't actually charge until the order is ready to be shipped. So you don't have to worry about needing a refund or anything like that. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's a lot of moving bits, but hopefully we'll just take all of those moving bits and turn it into a really fun week. And yeah, I think it's going to be super busy.
Yeah, it will be.
Okay. You've lived through this before, so you know.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah. So 24 years this year means 25 years next year. So
I
wonder what I'm planning.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah. Anyways, so we hope to see lots of people there. Then the next thing I have is our hand-dyed linen parade. So we got a shipment of 40 count R&R Patriots brew, which we haven't seen in a couple years. And so we're pretty excited about it. And so there was some interest in it yesterday afternoon when everybody was in the shop and people were smelling the linen. Because sometimes the R&R coffee brews come in really smelling quite coffee-y. So
yeah, well, confession time. That's what I heard. And you had a piece of winter brew, and I kind of reluctantly and I didn't want to touch my nose on it because of makeup, and I could smell the faint smell. And then you said, if you think that's strong, the Patriots brew was even stronger. And it's like, okay, now I need a cup of coffee.
yeah. So we got a ton of Patriots brew. So when I opened the bag, it was really aromatic, but it's not so much anymore. But anyways, this is 40 count Patriots brew. And it's just such a really nice neutral color. And lots of the designers like Stacey Nash will use it for small things and that kind of thing. So it's very worth having. And we've got a few yards of it in stock. So that's that. The other thing we got was a shipment from Needle and Flax. And this is all that's left out of a great big box.
I should have bought a piece.
So of course we fill our oldest orders that are in our order book first. And then if there's anything left, we put it on the floor. So I'm going to show you what's left. And we've already placed our next order, but they run 3 to 4 months in filling our orders. So yeah. So this one is Steinbeck, and I have it in a couple of counts here, but this one is 36 count. So interesting fabric, hey? It
is. And I think because it's a dull day, it really shows the modeling even more, so you can really see the variation.
Right. So, you know, I'm sitting here thinking one fabric or two fabrics that we've had a hard time getting are R&R's 18th century Rook and 18th century Blackbird. And some people have commented that those fabrics anyways are a little bit dark, but this one's got those gray tones to it and that really modeling. Like Stacey Nash has got a couple of Christmas designs that have lots of model in the background, and that might work. Yeah. So that's 36 Steinbeck. This is one of my favorite Needle and Flax fabrics. This is Dolly Madison. Okay. And this is also in 36. So a perfect neutral with some modeling. This is 40 count Brea.
I see that a lot.
Yeah, definitely. This is the 46 count version of the Steinbeck.
Okay. Really close.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
This one is just, you want to walk through the shop and look for charts to put on this fabric. This is Shiloh.
Oh, is that a newer one?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It's 46 count. But
now it's coming off a bit green. It could be just the combination of your dull day and the light. It's just picking up.
It is a little bit green. If I was going to use a word, I'd say golden. But
okay.
Yeah. Cool, hey? And then this is the 40, maybe I showed this already. Yep. Another piece of the 46 count Steinbeck. So
Okay.
these are 2 bolts of the 46 count Steinbeck. So
Okay.
even just a little bit different, even in the same die bundle.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, so much fun. So the fabric that I have here that I haven't shown you guys yet, we're trying to decide. I don't know where time is going. Like, it's a warp. So you and I were talking about whether we recorded the last video before or after I went to summer school in Arizona, and it must have been before. And so went to summer school for 4 or 5 days, and it was just fantastic experience. And lots of floss tours have covered it, so you don't need me to do that. But just if you get a chance, go. And Gina's already sharing details about what she's offering for next year's celebration. So keep an eye out on the attic newsletters for that. But one thing, I got to spend just a few minutes with Sharon from Miss Crescent's Crown, and she brought me a nice big shipment of her newish hand-dyed linen. So I have that to show you. So this one is a 36 count Madeline. Kind of neat, hey?
Yeah, it is neat.
And I also have it in 46 count right here. So they took the dye quite similarly. They
Good.
Yeah. So that's Madeline. And this color is called Cream Puff.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
I like
it's
like the
a
color.
really nice mocha-y kind of a color.
Yeah, a
And
cooler.
I have it in 40 count. And I have it, oh, that might be it. There might be a small piece of 46 count in the shop, but
Okay.
I have more of the 36 and 40 count. And then this is Cup of Mocha. So Cup of Mocha versus the Cream Puff. So the Cup of Mocha is browner and the Cream Puff is a little bit pinker almost, maybe.
Right.
So,
But in that color, I don't know the color names, but gradient or whatever, just darker.
Yeah, yep, but quite similar.
Yeah.
So Cup of Mocha I have in 36, 40. Oh, here's a piece of 46 count Cream Puff.
I love that name.
Yeah, the 46 Cup of Mocha. So Cream Puff and Cup
It
of
is,
Mocha,
yeah.
just to see the
Okay.
difference in the shades.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, and then this one is called Coffee Cake. Yeah.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, there's a theme here. Hey?
Yeah, first you start coffee based and now food based.
Yeah.
All fun.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, Miss Crescent's Crown linen. We have good stock of the colors that I've shown on hand at the moment. That usually changes pretty quickly once I publish a video, but they're ready for quick shipment. And that's what we do with these in-stock hand-dyed linen parades, is I show you things that I've got good quantity of, that if you're looking for kind of a ready to get started kind of a stitching project, or what's new or what's available, then just pointing you in that direction. Yeah. So what have you got for plans and projects? And last month we had talked a little bit about Sampler September, and you were, I don't know how far I'm going to take this, or where did you end up?
Well, I decided this year, unlike last year, I wasn't going to start a whole bunch of projects. I'm working on one piece that you don't actually carry in your shop, so it's really not worth me showing, but I've been pretty monogamous on that piece for my evenings. Today I'm going to switch, and Jonson is my other piece I'm working on for September Sampler Soiree, and you've seen my progress on that. And so I'll work on month 8 until I'm done that, and then I'll go back to my other piece until the end of September. I'm also working on, smalls. I have a designated morning time to stitch, coffee and stitch. I'll stitch for an hour, and I've gotten some pieces done, and this one I'll actually show as a finish, and I'm going to start another piece on the weekend. So this is Budding Bouquet from Jeanette Douglas, and it's definitely available.
Yeah,
on your website.
That is the summer one, do you think?
I believe it is.
Okay, because I'm not sure if the series is complete or not, but she's done a series of the budding bouquets.
Right. I'll put something
Oh,
on the
how
back.
pretty.
Yeah, some tilde. And I think my next piece of small that I'll start is Chubby Bird. So it's going to kind of go in conjunction with Chubby Squirrels. So I think I've talked it before. I like to do these little palette cleansers with something that is quite large. It keeps my interest at bay. And right now, the piece I'm working on has a huge house. And I mean, it is so big. I don't even know if I'm going to get this house done by the end of September. It's that big.
Oh, wow.
And it's a little monotonous. So
you need to break it up a bit.
I need to break it up. So I'm looking forward to going back to Jonson.
Good.
And that'll be till the end of September. And then who knows where I'll break.
Well, I'm hoping to get some Ann Jonson progress done too, between the SAL though and bringing in the vegetable garden for the fall and just yard work and stuff. I'm not sure I'm going to get a whole lot of stitching time, but then once all that stuff is done, I should be a little bit freer for that. But,
you mentioned a couple months ago that you got hailed out. So do I understand you still had a little bit?
The root vegetables were fine, like potatoes and the beets and the carrots and stuff. They got their leaves beaten up, but the actual fruit was fine. But I still have to clean up all of like the tomato plants and that kind of thing that got, and the zucchinis and stuff that just got shredded. But,
okay.
Yep. And being on 2 acres, there's lots of tree work and that kind of thing to take care of as well. But I do want to show you a little bit of stitching that I've done. In our last video, we talked about this Scarlet House release from Needlework Marketplace that is home is where my samplers are. So the called for is 40 count needle and flax Dolly Madison using 100/3 silk, or it provides a DMC conversion.
Okay.
So I thought, oh yeah, I really want to use 100/3 on this, but maybe I want to use 46 count on it. So we happen to have some 46 count Dolly Madison in the shop. So I got a wee little start, and 46 count with 100/3 is always going to be wee no matter what it is. So this is it, and it's got another blue border on the bottom, and that's as tall as it's going to be on the 46 count linen. And this is actually an H, even though it looks like an E. I just haven't put in the vertical. And I said to Rose when I was showing her this before, I said, okay, give me 2 minutes and I'm going to put in that other leg of the H, but no, didn't happen.
Yeah, the discussion was, Janice, did you not leave enough room?
Yeah. Anyways, so it's been a fun stitch, but I do need to have my magnifier out to do it. So sometimes it's just not the easiest thing to pick up, but hopefully I'll have a finish to show you by the time we meet again.
Good.
Yeah. So then our next video is going to be sometime in the middle of October. We usually aim for the 14th of the month, but I think the 14th is actually Thanksgiving Monday.
It is.
Canadian Thanksgiving is that weekend.
Yes, right.
So, and are you guys going to go camping for that weekend?
Who knows? If we have a foot of snow, probably not. Unless my kids want to get together really badly. I mean, who am I to say? Actually, Rob is home. I have no idea. Okay. Ask me a week before, and I'll know for sure.
Well, we're probably planning on going camping with a bunch of friends to do our turkey and ham and all that kind of stuff. Camping. So I'm not sure if the video will be before then, but it'll probably actually be after then, on the 15th or the 16th of October.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's fine.
Oh. So that's kind of the next thing on the agenda. So until then, I guess.
You bet.
Yeah. So very good to see you yesterday.
It was so much
fun. Time this morning. Yeah, we need to do those kinds of things more often. They're very good for the soul.
I agree. When you mentioned about attic needlework and it was 4 or 5 days of so much fun, it's like that's what yesterday was, but in a little, really tiny little concentrated, but oh well, it leaves the heart wanting.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
It isn't, it isn't.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good, Janice. Take care.
Okay, you too.
Bye.
Bye.